What's up? What's up? What's up? You got Unique. It is what it is, and I am back for another debt confession video. So, I did do one back in 2022, and these were the debts that I had, and I did pay them off within the same year. And I started out the ending of 2022, going into 2023, with new car debt, and I carried that over into 2024. And this was the update I was supposed to do beginning of 2024. We're going into 2025. So going into 2024, I had this debt, which is where my car was at. My payment was at $25,300, and that is as of 0601, the first of the June 1st of 2024. So, no, 2023, sorry. June 1st of 2023, because we started in 2022. I got a new car, and that was the only debt that I had, $30,000. That was the only debt that I had. And then I brought it down in 2023, June 1st to 25,300. And then I didn't do an update, but I did end up paying off my car as of September 2024. So I told you guys I didn't do a debt-free scream. I didn't do anything to celebrate my journey of coming down from $30,000 to $0 on my brand new car, because I took out another loan. I took out a personal loan, and that happened within a few weeks, literally October of 2024. I took out a personal loan. I took out actually more than 18. I took out 20, and I paid off 2,000 right away because the interest rate was a little higher than what I felt comfortable with. So my whole goal is to pay this off as soon as possible because I don't like to pay interest rates. So the interest rate was a bit higher, so I took it down to 2,000 as soon as I took the money out. So I took the money out, and I took 2,000 from the money I pulled out and put it directly on this loan. So the update is, drumroll please, since October of 2024 going into January 2025, this is my current debt that I owe. So this is the only debt that I owe as of 2025. January 2025, I'm going in with 14,600. So that is a nice little leap. It's about 4,300, like 4,400 or $3,400 that I paid so far on this loan. So this is a very quick update because if you haven't watched any of my videos and this is your first time watching my video, I had no other debt other than my car for 2 years besides my mortgage. So I stayed out of credit card debt since 2017, and I also stayed out of any other debt. I did take debt on in 2022 because I knew I was going to receive a settlement. So I took out a loan and I paid it off right away as soon as I received the settlement. That money was here and gone literally within 2 weeks as soon as I got it because I paid off all of my debt. So that is why my loan is all I have now. So this loan I did take out to do some work on my basement. So I did tell that story of how I ended up taking this loan out. My basement had issues and I didn't want to clear out my bank account. So I did learn a couple of tools, watching YouTube videos, leveraging credit and things like that. So my goal is to have this 14,600 paid off in less than 2 years. So I am going hard at it. So right now I'm chilling. I put down, like I said, a couple $1,000s on this already. So I slowed down for the winter, but I will pick back up during the spring. So since this video was very short, I am going to add in my updated sinking funds video. So if you've seen the video that I did back in the beginning of 2023, I did show all of my sinking funds. And at that time, I had multiple bank accounts for my sinking funds. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 9 bank accounts at the time. So this was the beginning of me starting to really focus on sinking funds. And of course, it took me about a year to get settled and understand what works for me, what's more sensible for me to have. And so my updated sinking funds is now it is this. So this is my updated sinking funds. I started out dwindling down my buckets that I had with Ally. So I had an Ally account, but I had 3 Ally accounts, and I had 3 Capital One accounts to have my 6 months emergency fund and my repairs, and I had deductibles. I had all these different accounts, and I said, you know what? It kind of doesn't make sense to have so many accounts when I actually realized I don't need multiple accounts to keep my emergency fund and my money for my house repairs or renovations or anything like that. I call my house tiny. That's why it's called Tiny Repairs. I didn't need so many accounts because that money is not being touched unless something happens. So my emergency fund and my repair money is in the same account, but I know how much is in there for my emergency fund, and then everything else would go towards my repairs. So that I didn't have a problem combining the 2 amounts because it just made more sense. I don't touch this money. This money is only touched for like what happened with my basement. Like I said, I had money for repairs and things like that. I just didn't have the full amount, and I didn't feel comfortable pulling what was left. So the reason my car got paid off is because I did pull out the money that I had in here. I guess you could consider it either my emergency fund or my renovations money. I pulled it out of the bank and I paid off my car, which I feel now that I look back on it, I realized it was stupid to do because the interest rate, since I was paying down my car note so aggressively, I got my interest rate from when I bought the car. I had it at 2.9%, and then I got it down to literally, it was like I was paying like 40 cents a month on my interest. So it was almost non-existent. Interest was almost non-existent. So once you honestly do think about it, when you have a car note and you could get the interest rate down to 40 cents or less than $1 a month. Yes, I said less than $1 for 1 month. I was able to get it down to that because I paid so aggressively on it. So I could have kept the car note. I just wanted to get rid of it and be done with it because, like I said, that was the only debt I had. And then boom, 3 weeks later, I ended up with an issue that I could have used that money for. Instead, I took out the loan. But it's okay. We're going to get the loan paid off. We're going to do what we do. So like I said, the first account, we have these 2 different entities in one account. Then I have my buckets. So since my buckets has always been something that I struggled with at first because I wanted to make sure I had money for different things because I do different things. So these buckets are what has been in my account now for, I would say, the better part of a year. So now I have 8 buckets in one account, and I have charity, I have car stuff. So that's anything having to do with my car other than car washes. Car washes I do on a monthly subscription or membership that I have. So that comes out of my account. But car stuff is car maintenance along with any accessories that I might want to buy for my car. Being that my car is a newer car, I can use the money that's in there for accessories if I want. I could use it to just hold on to until I really build up more so that I can pull out money for accessories. Like what I'm trying to do to my car is going to cost $2,000. So I just want to make sure I have a nice little fluff before I pull the money out. So I'm just building that up. And then I do go to the casino once a year, twice a year at most. And I do still save for it, but I decided to save in my account since it does grow to more than $1,000. in a year. So I decided to keep it in the bank and get some interest on it. So all of these combined, I get a nice bit of interest on my money. So that's why I just said, let me combine one account and dwindle down on the buckets, because I had a lot of buckets. I mean, you guys saw my last video, but I did show you a preview of what it looked like. So even if you didn't see my video, you saw what that page looked like. It was about 9 different accounts. It was a lot going on. So now we have casino, then we have gifts. And I put all because that's gifts for any occasion. Birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, it does not matter. This represents all gifts that I buy for anybody. I pull the money out and it's there because I save all year round. So money is always sitting in that account. Now, lawn care and household. So every summer, spring, my lawn has to get mowed. So I decided to make sure I have the money ready. So when the spring and the summer is here, I just pull the money from here. And household. So household is anything that I might need for my household. So that's detergent, anything really, toiletry, anything. I can pull it from here. But it's really for anything that I might need in the house. So household / lawn care, I save the money together because I only need a certain amount for this, and what's left over I put towards if I need something from the house. Annuals is definitely something that I kept from the other one, because some of these are kept from the first time I did my sinking funds update. I gave most of these names were already there. But annuals is for my annual payments that I pay towards like my life insurance and my home warranty. I pay that annually, and I also pay a few of my bills annually. So there's certain bills that allow you to pay more and some of them don't. Like my gas bill, they don't want me to pay more than a certain amount. So I only could pay a few months in ahead. And the same thing with my water bill. They only allow me to pay a couple months in advance. They do not allow me to pay for the whole year. So everything else, like sewer and my electricity, I am able to pay for the whole year. So that also gets saved in here. And now luxury me is anything else that I may want to do for myself. This includes, I can't say massages because now I spend, massages outside of my membership that I have, a membership with a spa, massage spa. I have a membership that I use. So these are massages outside of that. Like if me and my mom want to just go randomly to a different place or try something new. This is for dining out when I want to go out and, hang out with a friend and maybe treat them, or me going to more of an expensive restaurant, or me buying clothes because I don't really buy clothes anymore. I don't need any clothes. So this is if I want to buy clothes. This is more my general savings account for myself. Anything I may want to do, fun, entertainment, anything like that, that's what this is. So like I said before, I had all these different buckets and all these different for dining, for entertainment. So I just made it all for one. Anything that's entertaining to me, whether it's shopping, buying something nice for myself, anything, that's luxury me. And last but not least, vacations. Before, I had 2 separate accounts. I had traveling and I had vacations. That made sense to me at the time, but now it really doesn't. I have one account that I save for vacations, and I also have a sinking fund. If you watch any of my other videos, I have a sinking fund for my birthday that I save money for separate. So now vacations include my money for my hotel and for my airfare and excursions. Anything that I might want to do on a vacation, anywhere I might want to travel to, even if it's domestic, if I'm flying within the United States, all of that money gets pulled from one place now. Instead of me having 2 separate accounts, I just combined everything, and it makes more sense. This is more logical for me to have it this way. Sometimes less is more, and me being able to come down, and I played with it over the year. I played with it back and forth, what worked for me, what wasn't working, and this is what really stuck, and this is what made sense, because I am spending money from all of these categories. With car stuff, if I do not car maintenance, if I do an oil change, that comes from here. So this is utilized a couple times a year. Could I do an oil change? Probably about, I would say maybe 3 times a year. I do an oil change. Charity is for me wanting to give. That's not me giving gifts, but this is just me wanting to give something. Maybe offer a friend a dinner. I might take it out of charity. If I don't want to take it out of luxury me, I could take it out of charity. But charity is me giving to someone else, not necessarily buying them a gift, but giving to someone for whatever it is I might want to. So I only have one checking. Okay, technically I have two checking accounts. These two checking accounts I've had for years. So I've had this one longer, and this one I had a few years ago. I added it because this checking account only houses my sinking fund money. So my sinking funds that I do cash in the house, I do cash in the house, and those sinking funds come out of this account. That's the only other checking account I have. This checking account is for my bills, and it says most bills because, again, some of my bills come out of here, and then most of my bills come out of here. And so everything gets paid automatic. I have money sitting in here waiting for it to be paid. Anything that needs to get paid gets pulled out on the first. Between, I would say, the ending of the month and the first, everything gets pulled out as needed. Now, my savings account that I have that is attached to my basic checking account, this savings account I've had as long as this one. These two accounts are my OG accounts. I've had these for over 20 years. I've had these accounts. So I kept it basically able to use it and not switch up too much because it made sense the way I was using it. This checking account was only for bills and that's it. Never really used it for anything else. But I do have Cash App and Zelle connected to it. And this is pretty much my everyday spending for my savings. I know it sounds weird to spend money from your savings, but this is how I've done it. This is how it worked for me. So this is a general savings that I've always had. So my food, which is anything that I buy for myself to eat, my grocery money and my eat out money for myself, not for anybody else, just for myself, comes out of here. My gas every week and my toiletries. If I need to buy anything for myself as far as, personal items, personal care, body wash, lotion, hair products, all of those things are toiletries for myself. That is where this money comes from. So me doing it this way makes so much more sense. And it has helped me so much to be more flexible with how I'm doing things. So I know that this savings account pretty much get paid from my credit card. So before I was doing all cash, and I did that for a while. Anytime I spent money, I spent cash. I decided I wanted to accumulate points so that I could travel for free, which I have been using, and that works for me too. So since this account is more general for my everyday spending, it's easy for me to just transfer the money to my credit card. Now I do have cash in my wallet. I still stuff my wallet every single week, and that money is put aside. Whenever I pull money out, I put money aside for whatever it is I might need, and I just take it to the bank and then I pay my bill. Like I said, there's always money in this savings account because I pay my credit card with it. So money is always here, but I like to give myself a little buffer in case I go over. And honestly, my going over is like $20. It's not like me going over hundreds of dollars because I pull money out. As I pull money out of my wallet, I just put it over here to the side, and I know it's time for me to go to the bank. I just take it to the bank and everything gets paid. So this is my updated sinking funds, and I literally love my system, and I've been watching so many videos that help me narrow down what really worked for me. So I went from 9 bank accounts and a bunch of sinking funds within those bank accounts with me having 9 accounts. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I eliminated 4 accounts, and I eliminated having a whole bunch of sinking funds in one account. This is my perfect setup. And like I said, this is my 2025. Going into 2025, this is my budgeting system, my sinking funds, my bank accounts. And like I said, this is also my debt-free confession update. So thanks for watching. Laters.